Hello, my name is Shoppa, but you can call me Cake, and welcome to the next part of the Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, where I try to get competent at the game. Where we left off last time, at the end of the last session, is our expedition leader being fairly damaged. Not critically so, but still poor little guy. You can see Ast Doruneshosh, our lead dwarf, has grasp impaired, cannot stand, needs scratches and needs recovery due to broken right foot, broken right hand, broken right wrist, and some cut tissue. Luckily, in the last batch of migrants, we have also gotten a fairly good doctor. So what we need to do now is build a little hospital. Not a permanent one, because as you can see, we last session started digging out the entrance to a new proper fort. However, let's put that on hold for just a moment so we can take care of the currently damaged dwarves. Let us dig out a small room, there we go, with a door. At the same time, let's request a few more beds, just to put in the corners. Also, before we do anything else, let's view our stock, because there is an item called a traction bench, potentially defines a hospital zone if I remember correctly. Oh no, a hospital is a zone, so it can be manually defined. That is no problem then. And I want to see if we have any rope, because the traction bench requires rope, and it requires mechanisms, which we can make in the mechanics workshop. I do not remember if we need to make rope out of thread, or does thread count as rope? So I guess we will see when we try to make traction bench, and it is made in the mechanics workshop. Make a traction bench and see if it comes up with any deficiencies once we run the game. The traction bench needs a table. Oh, it will need a mechanism as well, so let's just make a rock mechanism first as well. Oh, one thing I have also forgotten to do before is we can add wheelbarrows, say 3 wheelbarrows to move stone. Later I will make an actual stone stockpile, a small one, just so some of the stone can be removed, but at the moment it's not that important. The table is also made, as you can see here, and we have 4 beds, which is good. That's a crutch, brilliant. Let us try to make the traction bench again and see if anything else is missing. I believe he is making a traction bench. Yes. All the broken bones and whatnot can be now treated while the dwarfs recover in the beds. I just need to remember, because I need to place the traction bench as I would a bed. Which actual option was it? Machine components? No, that is something that we will use later, as it powers automatic rails, automatic minecarts. You can have actual powered rails. It powers pumps and stuff like that, but that is not important for the moment. Oh, traction bench, there we go, right here. And it is a capital R. Now we just need to designate a zone, and that is a hospital zone. Ah yes, we will need some thread and cloth. Didn't think about that, but hopefully it'll be enough for now. We need more buckets, and at some point the hospital will also need soap. But we cannot make soap yet. Hopefully we'll be able to buy some next time, and some cloth when the caravan comes next time. And that brings me to the next point of interest, which is we have gold, we have gems, we can make jewelry. To make jewelry, what I would like to do, we are already cutting gems. Now that we can do that, we need to make up a little smelting industry. Because we don't have coal, we need to use alternative fuel, which would be wood. But wood needs to be first made into charcoal. For that we need a wood burner. So let's hook up a wood burner just outside so it can be right next to the wood, because I don't want to make wood stockpiles at the moment. And then the charcoal can be moved inside via linking of stockpiles. And inside, where next to the gems and next to the gold, I will make the actual smelter, which is furnaces. Ah, there we go. Oh, so there we go. Have a wood furnace, a smelter. A glass furnace will be useful later, because you can make magma-safe components out of it, which than you can use for a magma furnace and a magma smelter. So let's place a wood furnace just outside where the trees are. Basalt, because we have a lot of it. Let's make a small stockpile around it for wood. We want to make a small smelter that will use that stockpile. That wood furnace. So let's go back to furnaces, smelter. There we go. And make another small stockpile, because they can use the gold from the other stockpile, so that's fine. Custom stockpiles, there we go. I will quickly check what charcoal comes in. It's important to just make a single stockpile for that, so it doesn't get completely taken up by anything else. Charcoal is a bar. Oh, so it is counted as coal, interestingly. Forbid everything except for coal, and that is our stockpile now. And what we set this stockpile to do now... Actually, we don't need to set anything, because it will just... Because it's a single stockpile, it takes straight from the wood furnace. But what you can also do with stockpiles often is that you can order them to take only from a specific workshop. So just for example, you can order it to either take from anywhere, take from a specific stockpile, which is what we did with, say, the seed stockpiles and the still stockpile, but you can also tell it to take from a workshop, which means that it will only take from one workshop and nothing else will get put in that stockpile, which is useful if you want to chain an industry, but you want to, say, have two different workshops that are making the same thing, but one feeds into another industry and one, say, goes for trade or for some other purpose. For example, if at some later point we will have a loom which will start making threads and rope. Some of it we want to go for clothing, which will go to a clothier's workshop. However, some we say want to go to the hospital, and then it will go straight to the hospital stockpile, and the two will not compete with each other, so they will not keep stealing from each other. And that is quite useful in managing workflow in the game. Our expedition leader asked, and he has now been put in bed in the hospital and now is resting. Oh, I believe that was the doctor actually operating him. So if we go quickly to Dwarf Therapist, hopefully that will show up there. I believe Dwarf Therapist hasn't updated yet. Read. There we go. So, he has been diagnosed, has been dressed, has been immobilized, has been sutured, had surgery, had traction, and is now just unconscious and cannot stand and has all these statuses, but he has been treated and he will recover. All the wood has been delivered to this little stockpile, but it still needs to be built. Okay, possibly the dwarf that has architecture is busy with something. Is anybody going to build it? Does anybody actually have architecture? Roles. Oh, there we go, architect. Oh, you do have a dwarf that has architecture. Yeah, he has the labor enabled. So what is he doing right now? Or she, sorry. What is she doing? Cutting gems. Okay, okay, yeah, there we go. So maybe let's suspend the gem cutting so that we can actually have the wood furnace built. Although, actually going back to this, any sort of furnace or smelter requires a furnace operator. Who is that? What are they doing? They are diagnosing the patient instead of the better doctor. I mean, they're both doctors, but it's fine. They can operate a furnace, which is fine. The jeweler's workshop stopped. Okay, so that means that the dwarf will go back to building the furnace now. Okay, so we're alright for drinks and food for the moment. Is this still actually making anything? Yeah, add a new task. Brew drink from plants, and let's just make a few of those just in case, because drink is very important. That was what I was afraid of. We started planting something that we do not have seeds for. Will we have sweet pods? And will we have pigtails? So those should grow. And after we have those, that is where you get thread, which is where you can then start making ropes and stuff like that, and clothes, most importantly. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's a dwarf carrying a rock here. Needs masonry now. Okay, so waiting for someone else. And that's a dwarf arriving to work on the thing, partially constructed. There we go. Now we can start burning wood and make charcoal. Let's not go crazy, so just add some manual charcoal tasks, because I don't want them to burn all the wood. We can smelt native gold, but that's not available yet because we don't have fuel. Is that the manager? Because I believe I don't have a manager yet. Last time I played this game, it was quite a while ago, so I forgot how a lot of the actual mechanics of the game work. But yeah, I believe you need the manager for this, which I haven't appointed yet. If I go to the therapist quickly, I believe there was a dwarf that was actually suitable to be a manager. Organizer. Yes, manager. She does not actually do anything at the moment, so yeah, she might as well be a manager, might as well appoint her. Might as well just start getting used to that mechanic again, so that we can use it to build a better fort. Skilled organizer. Needs meager office. Okay, so I just need to build another meager office. I'll build the same office as I did for the bookkeeper actually, so just quickly dig it out. Just a little 3x3 office with a table and a desk. This is our last, and he is thirsty, I believe. So, oh, someone brought him some water. If we view the hospital zone, they still need buckets, do they? Or boxes / bags, tables. I believe I'll put some in those in the hospital for the time being, because it's not a big expense. Something wrong. Or did they already make those beds and tables? I think they already did, okay. Let's have, say, 2 tables and a chest. Maybe 2 chests as well, there we go. Just to put in the hospital. And we can give the manager his table as well, and his chair. Make a throne room or study. Assign it to the manager. So now let's see. The bookkeeper has a satisfied requirement, the manager has a satisfied requirement, and the broker doesn't need anything. That's good. I can't remember quite how the manager works. Oh yes, you add orders, you remove orders, you increase priority. So let's say that I want to add an order for gold bars. So let's go to the manager and add an order. Oh, that's quite a lot. Oh, type in smelt. There we go. Native gold. Quantity 0 for perpetual. We just want to keep smelting it. How many workshops? No limit. And let's leave it at that and see if it works. It hasn't added a manager order yet. So if I remember correctly, once I set an order in the manager, there should be an order showing up here as a manager order. Oh, someone's taking gold to the smelter, so there we go. Okay, brilliant, it showed up. What I should do now is just take the coal pile straight from the workshop. There we go. So take from wood furnace. Oh, right, I see what happened. Change this one so that it doesn't take coal. Or actually, no, you know what? No, it's fine, because if we will have an overabundance, I don't want it to just start clogging somewhere up. Okay, so now that we have the first gold bars, I believe you can start making jewelry here. Oh wait, no, you have to have an actual forge to make jewelry. Yes, I need a metalsmith's forge, which we'll also take from the same stockpile. Let's just dig it out a bit more. Smelter, kiln... No, we wanted a metalsmith's. That's a workshop, and a metalsmith's forge, that's F. And we have an iron anvil. And just to make it a bit easier for them to go about their business, I'll just dig out this space as well. We can use it later for more stuff. So let's make a few of those. I won't go for the manager because I'll just make a few of them, I think, rather than playing with the manager right now, as I'm already here. There we go. Let them make that, and then I'll crust them. Okay, so that is the little gold inventory started. So while they're doing that, and try to figure out, because I have started making a proper entrance to a new base, and I want to plan that out a bit better. As can be seen here, they didn't finish digging out before the whole thing started collapsing, because I'm an idiot and didn't designate it right. So now we have to make, I guess, either a floor... Oh, an elven caravan has arrived. We don't have enough stuff to give them it, but let's see what they have regardless. Trader need a depot. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I need to figure out how to get rid of this. I believe I need to cut down these trees somehow as well, because the tree mechanics are also weird in the game, because now they actually hold up in midair for some reason. So let's, I guess, build a floor, so it'll hopefully support it. Construct a floor here, and a floor here to support this. Yeah, I know, but it's already dangerous, so I want to build the floors, because as far as I know, they can support everything. I will cancel the channeling designation, and then only start doing it bit by bit, so it doesn't collapse. And hopefully that will be enough, but we'll see. We have a hospital, for how much good that does. Oh, and one more for this little bit. Cancel this digging designation, this channeling designation. Yes, they're coming over. There we go. Now, I will slowly try to actually designate the channeling. Yeah, I suppose you're correct. Chop down the trees first. Also, let's see if the traders are ready yet. Oh, of course the broker is in the hospital, so let's just have someone else come over. Let's see, because I would want more rope and whatnot. Rope, yeah, there we go. Mitten, glove, skirt, trousers. No, so don't have any rope. Okay, never mind, then they can just go and stick it wherever. Also, I bet the elves will be massively miffed that we're cutting down trees as they're here. Let's designate a new tree cutting and can start some channeling as well. There we go. Let's channel these first. I don't have the military for that at the moment, so maybe when we have an actual industry going, we'll see about that. Let's try that now, and we can start channeling here. Because is it that if you chop down a tree, don't remove the roots, the tree just grows back? The elves don't seem to understand that, is it? Okay, so let's dig out this, just one by one. Oh, how did that fall down? I thought I had the floor there. Did the floor just detach? Let's see. Okay, yeah, I forgot. I supported all by these two here. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I didn't disagree that it is dangerous, but stupidity happens, doesn't it? But it seems that they're... Oh, so the expedition leader got better, got back to digging, immediately falls down in a collapse. But okay, let's designate the last. I believe that is the last one. Let's now see about remove construction. There we go, and let's remove all the floors. There we go. Okay, so they used up all of this. Oh, is there a way to chain the production as well? If there is a requirement, they start up production in the manager. So say I want to make a new order for charcoal, but I don't want to make it perpetual. I only want to make it when needed, or conditions. I want to only make more charcoal if the smelter is running and it requires charcoal. So is that a way to do it? Yeah, I know they can be repeatable. I just don't want to use up all of the wood on making charcoal and then not have any wood on the map left and have, you know, a mountain of charcoal. I want to only make it when it's completely necessary. You know what? I won't do this just yet because that is a fairly complicated system and I don't want to basically hold up the whole game just to do it right now, but I will play around with it in between sessions and try to figure out how to exactly deal with it. So for now, I'll just remove this and just make the charcoal manually. And as soon as I figure out how to actually manage the conditions for the manufacture of stuff, then I will actually start doing that properly, set up proper orders. But for now, I'll just make some charcoal manually. However, the next thing I wanted to do is, now that we have gold bars, oh, they haven't done any of the gold smelting yet. They need more charcoal. Okay, so they couldn't do that yet. Have they smelted out all the gold nuggets? Okay, so let's wait for that to finish. We can start then making some gold items, and then we can start encrusting them. In the meanwhile, yes, so what I wanted to start to do is, now that we're actually getting into the ground, the entrance is reaching into the ground, I want to extend this a bit and then make a proper entrance to a proper fort this time, so we can start designating our functional zones. So for smelters, for stockpiles, a whole habitation zone, stuff like that. So if I extend this a bit more, let's check on the actual map. Yeah, this goes a few clicks more. So let's say I'll extend it all the way to the end here, so that then we can have a few defenses as well. Oh yeah, to be honest, I did forget that the fortress value increases thieves and creatures. Is it just of the things manufactured, or is it also the size of the fortress? Because I do not remember that. Like, does the amount excavated and rooms built Or is it only only the value of the items you have in the fort and like the walls and stuff? I suppose as well as starting to excavate here, I should start digging for some actual ores to make weapons and some armor, even if it's just bronze or something. Oh, more migrants, brilliant. But yeah, I completely forgot the fact that by expanding, we are actually, well, expanding at least our stockpiles, we're actually inviting bad stuff. So I really actually need to prioritize making some proper industry this time. Let's see if we hit anything valuable. Because yeah, if we start getting raided, that will be unfortunate. On the other hand, I can just momentarily build a bridge that will block everything off. Okay, let's see if we find anything valuable in the shallow metals. Either some iron, maybe even some flax. We can have some steel then. I suppose, because I have quite a bit of plant. So yeah, I believe I'll quickly set up a kitchen. Let's let them build that. They're out of coal. Okay, we might as well cancel the manager's order for the gold for now, because yeah, we don't need more gold bars at the moment. And let's see if they're digging down. Yes, they are. And more gold. Of course there is more gold. Let's dig down a bit more. Because at the moment the only metal I have hit is gold. That's why I need to dig deeper to even see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's lots more gold. Oh, platinum! Brilliant! So we're getting all the valuable metals, none of the economic ones. More gold. Garnerite. Is that... Ooh, it is nickel. And the nickel is used for the magma safe or for making nickel silver. Okay, you can make nickel silver and brass. However, I can't make brass because I don't have any copper. So I will keep that in mind, but at the moment it's not that useful. To be honest, I would like to discover a cave because then you can have underground wood and just cut yourself off. Oh yeah, of course, there's like cave spiders. But to be honest, if I could... Deep under... Yeah, there we go. Well, at least I discovered from above. But if I could catch a cave spider or something like that, that would be nice, because if I caught a cave spider, I would have plenty of spider silk then. Is Shorl anything important? Unremarkably low value gems. Okay, never mind. Oh, copper. Is Galena silver? Yes, it is silver. Lead and silver, yeah. But yeah, trying to go around the actual caves, something might start attacking me, so it's still... I would still like to have something to defend myself with. Okay, so I dug all the way through the... Yeah, I think I'll cancel that designation for the next stairs, because I don't want to flood the rest of the cave, I think. I believe I will start digging for copper, and now that we have the nickel, we can have brass, so we can have some actual armor and whatnot. Oh, so there are giant cave spiders. And yeah, the one thing that I would like to do is actually catch one of them. And for that I would need to set up traps. So I'm trying to think how to get the copper and get a spider and not get eaten by the spiders. Actually, the copper's here fairly close, so I guess I can just go straight for it. I think I'll mark these areas for excavation then. Yeah, take the stairs down. So yeah, what I can do is just... I didn't even need that stair. I can just cancel that actually. Yeah, I can just dig out here to here. And then just channel down and get all the stuff. So I guess, yeah, let's start channeling down this level. I want to go from there to there. Let's dig out this area, which has more of the copper. Yeah, the fact that the more valuable our fort is, the more creatures and enemies will have, really put a dent in my plan to just make a proper fort first. Where I wanted to actually just make it nice looking and have good divisions and stuff like that. But I guess that's how the game goes. What are those? Copper nuggets. Oh, so I'm having copper on this. Actually, I guess, okay. What I'll do is I'll remove stairs in the open space and put a floor over them. And after that, we should be fine. Because, yeah, there seems to be plenty of stuff on this level as well. I just kind of dug deep and just happened to miss it by chance. So this is a downward stairway, so now we can put a floor over that. Now we're perfectly safe from the cave, and I can just make another little entrance to the cave that's going to be sealed off later. Comparing the amount of copper and silver on this level to the amount that I got here so far, it's not actually that much. How do I check petitions? Capital P. Eradicating monsters. Approve! I get the Monster Slayer. That's nice. Let's quickly update Dwarf Therapist and see whether that actually came through. So I do want to see how many actual fighters we have. Oh, you're right, that might not have been a dwarf. To be honest, I should have been paying more attention to the actual announcement. Oh, we have a few axe dwarves, a few sword dwarfs. So, assuming we actually equip them, we should be fine for early monsters. So the whole thing with having to deal with any future enemies kind of completely derail my train of thought. Allow the stockpile to actually get some... oh, have silver nuggets, copper nuggets as well, there we go. I want to allow the copper nuggets, and I want to allow the galena, and we can start smelting those. So yeah, we can actually go to the manager this time. Smelt native copper ore, there we go. And well, perpetual, and another to smelt galena, there we go, and also perpetual. And I guess, yeah, I will just do this manually for now, but once I get more accustomed to the managerial orders, I will actually set up a proper charcoal industry as well. So right now I'll just kind of top it up manually. Oh, and I will set up manager's order for gems as well. Do I have to specify what gems to cut, or can I just add any gems? Because that would be nice if they just could take any gem whatsoever. Because right now it's just all of them. Yeah, exactly, there we go, I have to specify. Frankly, I will dig out more stockpile space. Oh, okay, I guess we're having another Fey mood. Okay, he has claimed Metalsmith's Forge, okay. Hopefully he'll have all the items he needs. I will want to catch at least one cave spider for the silk. So I guess while I'm at it, I'll just make some cages. So let's make some more rock mechanisms. And hopefully we'll be able to get some silk going, so then we don't need to actually grow the pigtails. And I believe silk is more valuable anyway, so the dwarfs will be happier with it. Oh, there we go. A gold chain. Okay, fair enough. Another legendary item. Can I copy a stockpile? Or is that a different game that I'm thinking of? Well, let's see the value of the fortress right now. Created wealth. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how to judge this value because I don't know what to compare it to, but yeah, it's going up. Let's see, artifacts. Oh, there we go, description. Okay, gold chain. Highest quality. Cave spider silk, bands of pecan wood. Of course it menaces with spikes of wool. Yeah, so the golden cap is half the value of the fort, and the golden chain is the other. Yeah, I believe we only have one furnace operator, so this dwarf needs to finish their job, and then they can start making copper. I think that's the bottleneck here right now. Okay, let's see what they do. Military, create squad, no uniform. Quickly check. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist. So who has the skills and who has the equipment for it? I don't believe you can see it, but I have a pop-up box in Dwarf Therapist where I can actually see what equipment they have. And this dwarf has a steel crossbow. This dwarf has a bronze crossbow, steel crossbow, and copper crossbow. So all my ambusher dwarves have crossbows. They do not have any skills in melee combat. So first, before I send them, I will need to give them proper bolts, because at the moment I was just giving them wooden bolts just so they can go and try to kill something. However, that means that they wouldn't be able to kill any proper creatures, I think, because they usually have hides and whatnot. So we will need some copper bolts, I believe. Okay, copper and silver. I'll make copper bolts then, but... yeah, again, the problem is we only have one furnace operator, which means that we need to wait for Dishmab to finish making the charcoal, and then move on to smelting the copper. And then from that we can make copper bolts. So yeah, we don't have a lot of bones, and they're not that great. They're not good for combat anyway. Yeah, Sparrow remains, that's not a lot of bones. Let's see if they found anything more. Let's dig some more copper. Okay, I won't dig any more silver because we won't be using it for just now. Although I can make electrum later. Yeah, with just one furnace operator. Are silver bolts any good? Because silver is heavy, I know it's good for hammers and whatnot. Are they actually useful as bolts? Although that is still a kind of moot point because we need to wait. I already scheduled both to be smelted, but we need to wait for that to actually happen. Also, I just realized, suspend this task because our furnace operator is also the gem cutter. So stop cutting gems for now. and go and do some furnace operating. And yeah, it was only Morians left anyway, so that's not a big deal. However, it is coming up to the end of my time, so I believe what I will do next time is, yes, make some bolts for our dwarf, who will then go out to the caves and try to kill some creatures. Maybe even set up some traps for the cave spiders, which will mean we will have silk. But right now I will end, and I will catch you next time. I hope you will have a good rest of the day. Thank you.